So I'm Dr. Lutzmith, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I'm going to take the topic software project management, the objectives of activity planning, project schedule from the subject software project management. So the thing is, I'm going to the agenda of this presentation is introduction, the objectives of activity planning, where to plan, project schedules, projects and activities, sequencing and scheduling activities, planning model. So the outcome or the objective is product an activity plan for the project, estimate the overall duration of the project, create a critical path and a precedence network for your project. So introduction ensures that the appropriate resources will be available precisely when required, avoid different activities competing for the same resource at the same time, produce a detailed schedule showing which staff carry out each activity. So objectives of activity planning: providing project and resource schedules. Feasibility assessment: is a project possible within the required time scale? Resource allocation: what are the most effective way of allocating resources? Detailed costing: how much will the project cost and when is that expenditure to takes place? Motivation: providing targets is an efficient way of motivating staff. Coordination: when to do the other staff in other department needs to be available. So where to plan? Planning is an ongoing process of refinement. So each iteration becoming more detailed and more accurate than the last. Over successive iteration, the emphasis and purpose of planning will shift. Time scales, risk, resource availability, cash flow control. Project schedules. A project schedule is a detailed project plan showing dates when each activity should start and finish and when and how much of each resource will be required. Creating project schedule comprises four main stages. Constructing an ideal activity plan, what activities need to be carried out and in what order. Risk analysis, identifying potential problems. Resource allocation, the expected availability of resources might place so constraints on which when certain activities can be carried out. Schedule production. So a project is composed of a number of interrelated activities. A project may start when at least one of the activities is ready to start. A project will be completed when all of the activities it encompasses have been completed. Projects and activity must have clearly defined start and a clearly defined endpoint. If an activity requires a resource, then the resource required must be forecastable. The duration of the activity must be forecastable. Some activities might require that others are completed before they can begin. So the projects and activities, identifying activities, activity based approach, product based approach, hybrid approach. So it consists of activity based approach consists of clearly a list of all activities, a brainstorming session, analyzing of the past projects. When listing activities, it might be helpful to subdivide the project into the main lifestyle stages and consider each separately. Projects and activities work breakdown structure. It's a favored way of creating a task list. Involves identifying the main task required to complete a project and then breaking each of these down to a set of level tasks. So fragment of an activity based work by breakdown structure: project, analyze, design and build. So design will have the data design, process design and physical design. So data design will have relational data analysis and logical data analysis. So how to consider too great depth of will result in a large number of small tasks. Too shallow structure will provide insufficient detail for project control. Each branch should break down and at least to a leaf where each leaf may be assigned to an individual responsibility. Advantages of a workbench structure: so the more likely to result in a task catalog that is complete and is composed of non-overlapping staff. It represents a structure that may be referred as a project reads. Product based approach consists of BPS and BFD. BFD indicates each product requires as input. It has a list of activities. So particularly appropriate it's using a lifetime methodology, waterfall model. So requirement specification, data catalog, requirements catalog, processing specification will have the attribute data description, group to domain description, user role, function points, required system. So it has a function definition will have IO structure, inquiry access points, elementary process description. So logical data model, logical data structure, entity description, relationship description. Hybrid approach, you have WBS along with the activity based approach.